Alpha.
How many seconds is the intro? Welcome everyone to the third episode of In Focus, where you can ask any Sony camera related question. Thank you for joining us today. We will be doing this most of the weeks throughout the month of September. So please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can actually receive notifications when the next episode is coming. Quick reminder that the chat is live. So I encourage you to participate, ask any questions for this or future episodes. So welcome one more time to the Sony family. I am Ranieri Pallavicini, and I am with the Sony Customer Engagement Team. And today, I will show you how to get started with your ZV camera, specifically for blogging. So I will give you tips. You know, most of the people think blogging is just being in front of the camera and talking to your audience, but it's a little bit more than that. It's basically travel blogging. You can do podcast videos, you can do jewelry reviews, you can do pretty much weddings, you can do family documentaries, you can do family reunions, you can do many things. You can do sports, you can do video in your schools for the kids, you can do a lot of things. So why I'm saying all of this is to let you know that the ZV cameras packed so many features specifically for you, specifically to make your video content the best possible. So it's there to help you. It has many features to make the job easier and easy. So without further ado, we're gonna get on it. And the first thing, let me check the chat. Welcome, yes, welcome, Malcolm and Andrew. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here one more time. And let's start without losing any more time. The first thing, or the first tip I'm gonna give you, of course, is put the camera in the video mode. And I'm gonna point here to the camera number 3, and it's going to be, if you have a ZV E10, E10 Mark II, or ZV E1, is going to just toggle this into the video mode, of course. If you have a camera like a ZV1 or ZV1 Mark II, then you do this. You just press this button, sorry. And if you press the button, give me 1 second, sorry about that. If you press the button, it will show you you're in SNQ, photography or videography. And that right there is the main, or the first thing you have to do. And the second thing, it is one of my favorite features. And that feature is Showcase. How we get in Showcase, I'll tell you how we get in Showcase. Showcase is this little button here in the garbage can. If you hit that button, now in any other camera, like pretty much in all of the cameras here, you have, all of them are gonna have that garbage can and this little, it's like a little person and a little square. And I'm sure, you know, it is like a product, like a box. So now I'm going to press it in the ZV-1 camera. So I'm gonna press it right now, and you can see in the screen where it says product showcase on. See, on and off. Very simple, but I love this feature because it's a great benefit for you. Just grab just about anything and you put that in front of the camera and look what it happens. So if I put it in front of the camera, look what happens. Boom. Boom, right there. So it is extremely simple. And, sometimes you see in different YouTube channels that people put the product, but put the hand behind it so the camera can recognize it. None of that with the Sony cameras, none of it. So you just put the product, big, small, whatever you put in front of the camera, that camera will focus on that product. It's that simple as it is. Okay, so let's go to the second favorite tip of the day. And that tip is going to be background defocus. So any camera pretty much, the ZV line is going to have here. So you have this little mountain and that little person, I guess. Pretty much in any other camera will do the same. You see that little mountain and that little person right there. Now I'm going to press same button on the camera that is in number 2 in live here. So if I press, it's saying defocus. If I press it one more time, it says clear. So why would you need somebody defocus? Guess what it does? The first plane of the area in focus, in this case, if you are pointing the camera at you and you press that, the camera focus on you and the background become defocused. Now, a lot of people is like, why would you want the background defocus? Well, I tell you quick. First of all, it's less distractions. Less distractions means that people will focus on you or what you want to focus on. If you focus on something, that focus is going to stay there and the background will be out of focus, which means your eyes is going to go to where it's in focus. Your eyes goes 2 places. What is in focus and what is the brightest light. So the brightest part of the picture, your eyes goes there, or what is in focus actually, right? So again, if you press the same button and you hit that button and now it says clear, what it means is that you are clear and the background is clear. What is that for? Wait. If I'm blogging myself, and I want to show the background because I'm in a beautiful place, beautiful beach, beautiful building, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. And you are moving, you want to show that person or the people, the video, depending on the blogging you're doing, where you are, the surroundings. And that's beautiful. Very simple. Press one button, make sure it's focused. It says focus. And that means that I'm in focus and the background is in focus. If you want to change because now you walk in and you find that behind you is a garbage can or a car that you don't like or whatever you don't like, just hit defocus right there, the same button, and the camera automatically will focus on you. And defocus the background so nobody can see that garbage can. You get the point. I'm sure you get the point. So, and that's basically that button. Those 2 features right there is just fantastic. That's mainly for the travel blogging. A lot of people like to travel and it likes to document for what they're doing. And basically, those 2 features are fantastic. The third feature I'm going to talk about today is extremely important. Is autofocus. So I'm gonna show you through the menu only 3 things. It's very simple. Don't think it's complicated. 3 things we're gonna go through for autofocus. No matter what camera you have, even if you have a high-end camera, 6500, whatever camera you have, Alpha 1, A9 III, and you don't dominate the autofocus system, it doesn't matter. The camera will not focus where you want to. But these cameras are extremely easy to make it easy and focus where you want to. So without further ado, I'm going to press on camera number 2, the FN button, which is the function button. So let me go and let me just show you here. So FN button, FN, pretty much in any camera, FN button. And now I'm going to press it on the menu so you can actually see it on the menu. And FN button. Now I'm going to see right here, focus mode. Make sure this focus mode is where it is right now, which is AFC. C as in Charlie. What does that mean? Autofocus continuous. That means it's going to track whatever you want. So if you click in there, it's manual focus or autofocus continuous. Make sure it's in autofocus continuous. The second thing you have to see, just press one more time, function button, and down says focus area. I will leave it in the first one, which is wide, because it's automatic, wide. And the third, we're going to press the menu button, So let's go and press the menu button. And we are going to go to the purple menu, which is the focus menu. And we're going to go to the number 3 and make sure this right here is on. Now, it's telling me that it's not on because myself, I left the what is it called? I left this product showcase on. So let me deactivate the product showcase. So now product showcase is off. Now let's go back to the menu and subject recognition right here, which is number 3 in the purple menu. Now make sure that is on, because if it's off, look what is going to happen. So if it's off, still will track, but it will not track the eyes, right? So check this out. Look at that beautiful girl, that beautiful woman there. It's not tracking their eyes. Check this out. I'm going to go back to the menu and I'm going to turn it on. Make sure the second one right there is in human, because if you have it in car, birds, or trains, it's not going to track the eyes. Make sure it's in human, and that is it. I press halfway on the button, and look at the baby. Look what's on the baby. The camera automatically is tracking their eyes, which is fantastic. Whatever passes in front of the camera, it will not track anything else, but is the eyes. You see how I put my hand and the hand, and it's not jumping to my hand. So look at this. You see how the camera is so smart? Look, I'm putting this. I did exactly the same thing before when I activate product showcase, but because you're telling the camera, oh, product showcase is on, guess what? As soon as I put something in front of the camera, it will jump to it. So I'm just letting you how powerful is how powerful and how easy it is at the same time. How powerful is this system? Guys, that's about it. That is it about the autofocusing system. So why you want this? I'll tell you why you want this. It's so important to track the eyes of the people, of the person that is in focus, that is in your video, in your blogging cameras. That is the most important thing. And you actually don't want to track the ears or the forehead or the nose. The camera knows that the most important thing is the eyes. That's why you want to track the eyes. Now, if you want to do another type of blogging and you're doing B-roll and you are not tracking any eyes, well, feel free to go back to the menu and deactivate. Let's go back to the menu, to the purple menu, and deactivate the number 1 right there. So it's number 3 right here, number 3, subject recognition, and right there, subject recognition in AF, you put that off. So now you see how it's not tracking the eyes of the person. Now, if you put something in front of the camera, it should go back. You see how it goes back to whatever you want? So again, knowing why you're doing the things and what you need to do is probably more important than what you are doing. Why you're doing it is more important than what you do. So let's go back and let me just activate that one more time and let me move on. Again, I'm pretty much finished with the autofocusing system. Another thing, another tip I'm going to give you, very, very important, is the audio. And in the audio, we're going to spend a little bit of time because having a very good production and you look clear and very good is just half of the battle win. The other half, and is as important as the quality video, is the audio, because it's just, you can watch a bad video or not such a great quality with a great audio. You're gonna keep listening because it's important for you because you are listening. But if you have a great production video and not such a great audio quality, you're like, man, I can't hear this guy, so, or this girl, or whatever, let me just go through, and they're not gonna stay with you because they cannot hear very well. So let me jump into it. So the first thing we're gonna go to is the function button. Let's go to the function button. So in the menu, function button. And right here, we jump in where is microphone directivity. This is basically the only cameras in the market, the ZV line from Sony cameras, ZV line, the only ones that have this such an intelligent and technology microphones. They have three ways, three capsules, to the front, to the back, and all around. So here you can tell the microphone, listen, I'm going to be speaking to you from the front of the camera. Or I can flip the camera and I will be speaking to you from the back. So here we can just go there and pick the front right there or the back. And what is that for? So the camera put all the efforts and try to give you the best quality audio when you pick, oh, the audio is coming from the back, the audio is coming from the front, or the audio is coming all around, and I want to capture that, right? So that being said, you pick whatever is best for you at that time. Second, all the cameras, all the ZV cameras comes with this right here. So let me show you in camera number 3 right here. This is a windscreen. So where this just goes in top of the camera here. And I tell you what is this for. So if you are filming outside, this is not basically for what I'm doing here inside the studio, which everything is kind of controlled. It's not for that. It is for when you outside. When you outside and you have a lot of wind coming in. So you don't want that wind, it makes a cracking sound in your video. You don't want that. That's when you put this. They call it the dead cat or the windscreen. And basically that's about it. They come with this, by the way. So you just put it on when you're outside and it's windy. Something else I want to talk about the audio, which is very important, is that the microphones inside the cameras are fantastic, like I said before, 3 capsule mics. But if you want to up the quality a little bit more, then you want to get a external mic. And this is the G1, very small, and you have a couple advantages, right? You can capture audio from somebody else a little bit farther away from the camera, and you are capturing the audio that when they're talking to you or talking to the camera. Second is that this doesn't use batteries. So you're not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna run out of battery from my microphone. So, and most of the people that use a different brand mics, guess what? They're recording, and if they run out of battery in the mic, they don't realize, because you can't realize. So you keep filming and filming. And when you get to your house in post and you're watching at the video, and out of the blue, you got no sound. So what happened? The microphone ran out of battery. Guess what? You're not going to have these problems with the Sony mics, because another good thing about the Sony mics are the no cables. Everything is through the MI shoot. We have an intelligent mic, the MI shoot, intelligent shoot, which connect through the mic. So no cables, no batteries, much better, it's smaller, and in many cases, many capsules inside the mics. And the last thing I'm gonna tell you about the sound is either you put an external mic or leave it with the internal mic that comes with the camera, either or. I'm gonna show you how to control the volume, and I'm gonna show you how to monitor that volume. So I have this here, and you need one of these, which is, this is obviously some headphones. So any headphones. First, we're gonna go to the menu of the camera, not the menu, the function button. So let's go to the FN button of the camera number 2. And right here says audio record levels. And go in there, and now you can control your levels. You can put it high, to number 15, halfway, whatever you want, right? Don't put it too much, too low. Make sure you see on the left, upper left from the screen, you see it there? You see those green things moving around? You don't want to hit too much and go to the red. You don't want to go to the red like the way it is right now, too much or too little. So you want to go probably in the middle. And after you do that, you leave that there and you put your headphones and you test the audio that you just adjust. Okay? That is extremely important. Now, let me show you one more tip. Let's go back to the menu, the real menu. So hit the menu button on the camera, and let's go back to the suitcase, yellow suitcase, or setup menu. That's the actual name. And let's go to sound options, which is the number 10, sound options. And right there, volume settings. So what does that mean? That is controlling the audio level of your headphones, not of the receiving audio levels that is recording into the camera. That was the first thing we saw. Here is just the volume of this. So make sure you have a good balance, so you don't have too little balance, so too lower volume here and too much over there, or vice versa. You wanna be in a good balance. And basically, that's about it for the audio. Anybody that is watching, feel free to put any questions on the chat, please. So we will try to get to the questions, and definitely. Oh, I see a question coming in, and that question is, what is the cap on the body that is displayed when you show? Oh, I got you. You like the good stuff. Yes, that is just a fancy cap. That's all it is. So the question is asking me that cap on the camera number 2, the cap that is on that body. That I don't know if I can mention the name, but it's a condor blue. I believe it's a condor blue body cap. It's just a fancy body cap. That's all. I don't know if I recommend you to buy that. It's like $60. It's a lot of money for a body cap. It just looks nice. I think I got that for the FX6 camera that I have. So it's more cinema-like camera, bigger camera. So I bought like a nicer cap just to match the color of that camera. But yes. Let me see if there's any other questions. I love the microphones and the smart. Oh yeah, I agree. Directly through the camera. Yes, I do agree. Sony has fantastic microphones, and you really don't need to spend more money on separate mics. But let me tell you this: it depending what is it that you're doing. Every accessory has its place, right? It plays. So sometimes you really need it. So I'm not saying you need it, you don't need it, but absolutely. Sony is spending so much money in technology, in R&D, to give you the very best products in the market. Believe me, it's like that. So they're trying to give you the best that they can, and they listen to the customer, believe it or not. Any complaints, if you complain about, whatever you complain, they listen to you. So another point I'm going to talk about today is SteadyShot. And what is a SteadyShot? It's just anti-movement. The camera is called IBIS or in-body image stabilization. Not all the cameras have it, but all the cameras have image stabilization in the camera. Sometimes is electronic, sometimes is mechanical. Well, these cameras not only have one, but has multiple levels of image stabilization, which is very, very good. So let's go to the function button and make sure that is on, because it's going to help you, and it's going to help you if you are walking around with filming yourself or filming somebody else. It's going to help you if you don't have a gimbal or if you don't have a camera in a tripod. It's going to help you tremendously. So let's go back to the function button, and that function button is right here. Very, very simple. By the way, you can also customize. The main things are here. This comes as a default, but you can also customize this function button to put whatever you want. In this case, it's a SteadyShot. And in this case, you have 3 types of a SteadyShot. So you have a standard, you have an active, which is a little bit more. It will do a little crop. And if you want the dynamic active, it's going to crop a little bit more, but it's going to give you even better. When you can use either or, well, let me tell you, the first one will be the standard. And the standard is like, if you are not moving too much, you are moving, or you are not moving too much. Now, if you feel like you are walking and walking kind of fast and recording, that's when you put probably the second one, right? The active mode. And now, if you are trying to run or trying to follow somebody, even though the camera can track that subject and still be in focus, you want that movement to be as less as possible or as little as possible. And that's when you're gonna put the dynamic active. So hopefully that helped you, and feel free to ask any questions. And yes, we're gonna move on. Another important thing when you start recording, just make sure the tally light is active. What is the tally light? It's just a feedback that you know that you are recording. In this case, so if I grab this camera, it's going to show me in the front, and it's going to show me in the back of the camera. So let me just turn this camera on real quick, and let me just start recording. So if I start recording, and you see here in camera number 2, you see that tally light. So from the front of the camera, I will see, oh yes, I make sure it's recording. You see this right here? And the screen also, you don't see it too much here, but around the screen is a big line, not a big line, it's like a thick line around the screen that is actually red. So you know from everywhere, from the front, from the back, that it is recording. So if you're recording to yourself, you know that you are recording, right? Because you have that feedback. Believe me, many people will tell you stories about how many minutes, 20, 30, 40 minutes recording, and then they find out that they didn't record anything because of nervous, or they pressed too quick, they didn't make sure it was recording, and so on. So pretty much all the cameras have that. All the cameras have that. All the cameras have that. Not all the cameras will have the one in the front, but all the CV cameras at least have the one from the back around the screen. It's called the tally light. So if you don't see that when you record your camera, let me go to the menu and show you where it is real quick in the menu. So let me go to the menu, not the function button, the actual menu, and let's go to the setup menu. And I feel like it's in the last one, in the number 13, and says rec lamp. Just make sure that rec lamp is on. And again, if you have another camera like the ZV, I feel it's like in the page 12 instead of page 13. So it's basically the same thing. Another tip that I can give you is the soft skin effect. Extremely simple to do. Instead of doing and spending that time in post-production, guess what? You can do it right on the camera, so you don't have to spend time and money to do it in post. So let's go back to the function button. So let's go to the function button, and the function button, we're gonna go to the far right upper corner right there. So you see that face in there. And now it's off, but now I can put it on. Not only on, but I have also 3 levels. I have low, medium, and high. So basically, whatever your preference is, you put it on high and medium, and then you will look few years younger. Or you don't need to put a little bit of makeup to cover the imperfections in the face. You have it right in the camera, right there. So basically, and then I have a bonus for you, and this bonus, well, a bonus of a tip. It is this little grip. So this little grip right here, camera 3, perfect. This grip is very, very good. I'll tell you why. First of all, it's no cables. So it is a Bluetooth. So it is no cables, dangles trying to connect to the camera. No, you connect it to the Bluetooth to the camera. Not only that. Now you ask me, why would you want to connect it? Well, because you can start recording from here, and you can zoom in, zoom out, take pictures. So you can be here and you can actually zoom in, zoom out, and of course you are recording yourself or you're blogging and talking, right? Not only is a camera grip, but it's also a little tripod. So you can actually put this little tripod, and believe it or not, it holds a lot of weight. It holds a 7.4 camera with a good lens, with a 24-70 lens. Like, it holds a lot of weight. So fantastic. You can use it for photos, for videos, to talk to yourself, to put it somewhere else. And you have customizable buttons. Again, it's something that I encourage you to get if you don't have it yet. And if you do have it, feel free to put it in the chat. I already have it. And feel free to put any cameras that you guys have already. You can put it in the chat and interact. So let me go through the chat for a couple seconds to see if we have any other questions. Can I get the auto on and off feature for the FX30 like the ZV-1 with the screen with the screen? What feature are you talking about? Can I get the audio or the auto on and off feature added to? Yeah, I really don't understand the question. Maybe flashing tally light. You do have the tally light with the FX30 for sure. I just don't understand the first part of the question. You can just put it there, Malcolm, and I'll get to it and I will answer you if it's not live. By the way, guys, I encourage you to put any questions, even if it's not live, even if you are not watching this live. I will get back to it and try to answer all these questions, okay? So, too many dead batteries for me. Depends what camera do you have. Because if you have the ZV batteries, believe me, these batteries last a long, long, long time right here. This is the ZV batteries. Now, if you have the other batteries, if you have the ZV-E10 Mark I, yes, I feel you. I feel you, definitely. Make sure, in the other episodes, I suggested to get at the very least 2 batteries or 3 batteries, couple memory cards, and so on. But if you do have this battery, yes, definitely, you need to grab a couple of those, couple of more batteries, okay? So let me read here, supporting the consideration, pass through the question team. Does the tripod have to be attached or not to be used on the camera remote? Yes, great question. Great question, Andrew. No, the grip does not have to be attached to the camera. And that is fantastic because you don't have to be, because remember, it's Bluetooth. So you just grab and you connect it to the camera, and of course you attach it if you want to, but yes, you can use this as a remote control, and you can start recording or stop recording or zoom in or zoom out. Yes, you can use fully functional outside of the camera? Great question. Yes, you can use it. Basically, I don't see any other questions. I don't see any other questions on the chat. But again, uh, feel free to, if you are watching this and you feel like you are not extracting the maximum potential of these cameras that are very powerful, by the way, feel free to put it in the chat and we will get to it. I really do appreciate that you are showing up today here. And whenever you are watching this, we appreciate it. And listen, keep creating, keep the good attitude, and keep doing this content creation. Whatever your area is, that's okay. This camera is capable of doing that. These cameras are great for autofocusing, for low light. These cameras have features to help you achieve your goals within the content creation area. So without further to do, we're gonna sign out. We're gonna sign out. Thank you very much. I encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get notifications for the next episodes. And I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you. And my name is Ranieri. One more time, I am here to help, and we are very grateful to do this for you that you already have the camera. So we're just trying to help you get the best out of your camera. In a few words, I say bye-bye. Thank you so much. Until the next one. And that will be episode 4. Thank you so much. Signing out, Ranieri. Peace.